And by Rod Woodson, but first, Shannon, what's your reaction?
I'm surprised. Yeah, he's 29, $12.5 million cap hit. That's not a lot of money for someone that was as productive as he was. Now, maybe the possibility that the Giants are going to be more of a 3-4 team as opposed to a 4-3 made it a lot easier to move on from JPP. Who knows? Maybe this is trying to clear some cap space for Odell, because you're going to have to do something with him. I'm sure he wants a new contract. So that's really the only thing I can think about, because I thought he played really well. Given what he's gone through over the last 2 years, learning how to play with 4 fingers, I think he's done an unbelievable job, Skip. I really do. And I'm surprised by this move.
Fire away.
You know, I'm surprised, too, because I think I agree with you. I think they're moving on because they think he cannot play a 5 technique in a 3-4 outside of a defensive end. He's in a 6-7 technique outside.
Right.
What really benefits him.
Right.
I mean, he's going to play with McCoy with the Bucs. They were dead last in sacks last year. So it's going to help this guy individually, and it's going to help that football team down south. But I think as the Giants themselves, you think about since 2008 to 2013, there's no more players on their roster, excuse me. And so I'm thinking they're clearing cap space for Odell.
Yeah.
Odell, we know Odell loves to be that rock star. He's a great player. He's known internationally, and he wants that money.
Yeah.
And I think the way you move that cap space is take some of those older players, the 30, it used to be 30 years old when they got rid of players.
Yeah.
29 is the new 30.
Yeah.
So they're starting to move players at 29 nowadays.
As usual, I got to speak as a Cowboy fan.
You glad?
I was glad. Because every game against the Giants, he scares me, JPP, because he can wreak havoc.
Yeah.
When he gets flying around the end, all of a sudden, he disrupts. He is difficult to game plan and difficult to sort of nullify. And he will really help that Tampa defense.
Yeah.
And he's going to, somewhere Cam and Breeze and Matt Ryan are saying, oh, God, we got to deal with another guy. And the Giants will take a step back at that position, but the reports are, and I'm sure the way they're going is, they like Bradley Chubb out of North Carolina State, who's the new apple of everybody's combine eye because he tests great. Myles Garrett last year, I didn't love him because I watched a bunch of A&M games and I just couldn't see him jump off my screen.
Right.
He did some good things for Cleveland, but not great things. And I watched 3 North Carolina State games. I'm just watching television, but I like to see, if a guy's going to be that guy, the second pick in the draft, even when you're watching television, you should be sitting back saying, wow, God, look at that guy. I didn't. I watched him against Louisville, North Carolina State, and then they went to Notre Dame, and then they played at Clemson. He just didn't leap where you're saying, oh, I see that guy.
He's special.
Yeah, he's special. I don't know. But then he goes to the combine and he runs 4.6 at 269 pounds, which is tremendous.
That's moving.
No, I mean, that's great. But does that mean you're a dominant defensive end? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they're going to go that direction, which means the Jets are going to take, we're thinking Darnold's obviously going to Cleveland.
Yes.
And the Jets are going to take a quarterback. I think it's going to be Baker Mayfield. Do you think it could be whatever, Josh Allen, Josh Rose? It could be any of those 3. And all of a sudden, Cleveland is going to get Saquon. And so Cleveland's going to come away with Darnold and Saquon. That's a draft to me.
It's some good picks.
Right?
It is some good picks.
But didn't they sign Carlos Hyde? I mean, didn't they? I mean,
but Carlos Hyde is not he is an every down back, but he's not going to be that back that's going to take your franchise to the next level.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
You know, so when you look at Pierre-Paul, when new coaching staffs come in, they have no ties to any of the players that are on that roster.
Right.
It's a new GM too. There's no ties to any draft picks. So you're going to move on to what you believe is not going to help you and try to bring in some new blood. Right. And you got to think, you're going to a 3-4. You got Eli Manning. Is Eli Manning going to be there? Do they take a quarterback? Do they take a defensive end? Do they take a running back? I mean, where do you go? I mean, who's their backup quarterback for the New York Giants? Who's their future? If Odell's there and he's the highest paid receiver, who's throwing the ball to him? Eli? Forever?
I mean, I don't know what they saw. For them to make that move where they bench him and the ownership says, well, you need to get these other guys ready to play, and they make that move because it's
to Geno, not to Webb.
Yeah.
We know what Geno can do.
Yeah.
It was the Webb. And now, I'm glad they did it because they played us that week. They played us that week. We said we're going to play against Geno, not Eli. Okay, well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was a head scratcher even for us in the building in Oakland.
Right. And that's the thing, but for Eli to play, and Eli could have made this a lot easier on the Giants had he just played better. But it's hard for me to believe that a quarterback we saw now Kurt had some down years at the Rams, and that's why they let him go. He was the bridge guy between Eli, and then he went to the Cardinals, and then poof. So Eli might have this resurgence, but man, not from what I've seen the last couple of years, Skip.